So, can you please confirm able to see the screen, all of you?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for confirmation. Again, good morning and good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining the session on time. And let's continue the topics like whatever which you have stopped here. From here, we can start the session today. And before starting the session, let me recap one more time what we have discussed so far. So this is third day. So today we are going to conclude with whatever generic fundamentals information. We are going to conclude that. Anyway, tomorrow is Saturday, today is Friday, right? So tomorrow and day after tomorrow we'll take a break. As usual, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, generally we'll take a break. Until unless some exceptions, we'll have a sessions. Otherwise, we'll take a common break Saturday, Sunday. And Monday we'll regroup back, and again we are going to start with the actual configuration. Before starting the configuration, what are the documents to be prepared and who is going to owner for that, how that should be work. We'll give some high level understanding. Then later we'll start with the actual configuration. Okay, that is a plan. And simultaneously, module by module, we are going to discuss about it. Yeah, fine. So I'm not sure how many of you registered. In case if you guys are not registered, request all. Please try to reach out admin team and get registered yourself so that you guys will get a privileges. And maybe today would be the last day if I'm not wrong. Monday onwards, so they are not gonna allow you. They are gonna lock that fast code and they will change the latest one and they will update to you guys. Okay, that's just keep in mind, and accordingly you guys can go ahead and plan yourself. Talk with the respective admin team. In case any other support required from my side, definitely you can go ahead and speak about it. No problem at all. But something in case if you're already registered, well and good. If not, maybe you guys can go and reach out to them. That's what my request from my side before starting the session. Okay. So even I did not get any update from Prasad, like maybe admin team, like generally after 3 days or 3 days only, they will confirm like how many have registered and all. But yes, by this time you guys get some idea about the training process and approach so that you guys can go and take a call and you guys can go and register yourself. Yeah. Fine. So, well, training approach and job opportunities, like what kind of support, how to enable the offerings, application look and feel, and the roles and responsibility comparison, what is FSM, what is global search, how to define the users, how to assign the roles, before assigning the role, how it is, after assigning the role, how it is, LLab jobs, the purpose, all these things which I've discussed. Today, we'll try to conclude about the employee user as well as the implementation user and project creation, and as well as we are gonna assign the project to the user. And yesterday someone raised about the query on if I wanted to assign in the system like activity level to the user, yes, how that should be, and what is the version we are discussing, and how to verify that, and geographical process, what is the importance of that, why we need to check initial of session, how it's going to affect in the reality, all these things which are going to discuss about it. Along with this, we can go ahead and take any questions if you have related to training. Definitely, we can go ahead and raise it then so that we can discuss about. Yeah. So yesterday we have defined user, that is employee user, that is, let me go ahead and, sorry, not employee user, the implementation user, right? AUGN9 is something the user which is created. Okay. So let's go ahead and always remember, whenever you do your configuration, whenever you start with that, right? Particularly I'm talking about in the lower instances or demo instance, try to use the starting letter as A, then followed whatever you wanted to. For example, let's take Rajendra, ARG one user, like example. Okay, so that's how you can go ahead and use that. So in our case, AU means like A used, like GUG like Unogeeks, and N means like Nivas. That's what, just I keep that as a short name. And nine user is nothing but the ninth batch. For that reason, user is user. That's how the naming convention. You guys also can ensure starting with A. Of course, you can go ahead and take anything, no problem. But recommendation is use A, because whenever you search any activity with A, all will come in the top. That's what I'm suggesting to have a naming convention starting with A. Okay. And also, whatever activities you perform or which you configure, ensure the name should be follow for same example location, AUGN9 location, supplier AUGN9 supplier, customer AUGN9 customer, ledger AUGN9 primary ledger. whatever the activities, value sets which are going to define age and value set company, age and value set department. So that if I follow one naming convention, for us it's very easy to query that. Because once the configuration is done, if you see any challenges and all, if you go back to the configuration, if I don't follow one naming convention, it's very tough to remind. Okay, for the reason, always use your own naming convention. And when it coming to the reality, the naming convention can be decided by the business. Yes, we can go ahead and suggest them as architect. They are going to suggest from the Oracle side in this, who is going to part of the implementation partner, they are going to suggest it. But end of the day, business would be the final team to take a call on the finalization of the name. That would be the reality. Okay. Well, this is a user which I've created, and we have assigned these roles to the user. And the status is active, how to reset the password, how to edit the roles, how to add the roles, how to edit, and all we have discussed about how to lock, unlock it, all these things which I've discussed already. So now let's understand about employee user as well as the implementation user, how that should be done. See, whenever you do the implementation user, that should be done from the security console. That we have seen that. But when it coming to the employee user cannot go ahead and do that from the security console. Can anyone tell what could be the reason? Any idea? Any one of you, please?
Sorry, I didn't understand. Can you please repeat?
So my question is, here employee user, implementation user is there. Here this user is created by the security console, correct? And when it coming to the employee user, why, from where we are going to create it? How shall I identify that? Is that employee user or implementation user? Any idea? Any one of you?
Yeah, for employee user, that work assistant add details be added.
Very good. Okay. Perfect. The definition, whatever you said, that is correct. Okay. Why we are not doing that at this moment? Why we are created only implementation user that from the security console? Implementation user in the sense supports to whom this role is assigned, that will become as implementation user. As simple as that. Why we are not able to create at this moment? Yes, you said work employer information, work numbers, and all these things should be there. Employee user, that is correct. But why we are not doing that? Why we are not doing at this moment?
Generally, employee user maybe do in the transactions they will do and business transactions. So now we are not doing at this time.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other thoughts? Any one of you, please? All other? Any idea? In case? Okay, no problem. Let me talk about it. No issues. Yes, whatever you tried, yes. Guys, and just in case something, don't think about something wrong right here. Everyone is here to understand the process better. Okay, so please try to share your knowledge. Okay, so something definitely, it will helpful. If something maybe, yes, definition maybe more closely, but yes, I will give a exact definition. But if you are wanted to share your thoughts, definitely you're always welcome to share your thoughts. Okay, whenever we discuss something, definitely it will be helpful to others. And as I said, it just consider like as a program, one program we are doing for, and we are working as a team. So that kind of enthusiasm we can just maintain it. Okay, should be applicable for me and should be applicable for everyone. Yeah, fine. Let me explain about it. Okay, fine. This is our user, and let me duplicate the window. This is our user, and you can see here we don't see any employee or worker information is associated here. Okay, nothing is there. And let me see, we have an option to duplicate the windows. You can go ahead and do n number of windows. So let's go ahead and remove this. Okay, so till.com, you can keep that URL, and after that you can remove it. You can go ahead and open it. So come back here and go to the again tools, security console. So either you wanted to go it from here, or else it's already open multiple times. The recent items level also, you can see these many are there. Okay, so where is that security console? General users. Okay, this is the users tab. Let's open it. This will be directed to the user page. So recent items are favorites. Favorites we'll talk about once we start with the configuration. Recent items means last 24 hours who are open this in under this instance, all will be available here. Okay, fine. Now let's go to KC Brown account. This is one of the user which is available in the system. This is a demo user. I can see here. For this user, I can see this associated work information. For this user, we cannot see this information. This is how we can differentiate the employee user as well as the implementation user. Why this is coming? Because whenever you create any user or you wanted to create a user as an employee, you need to have mandate information like as a business unit. So we have not started any configuration in the particular instance. For that reason, I am not starting with the user creation as an employee user. Once you create the user with providing the details like business unit, legal entity, and department, and manager or administrator, the number automatically that should be taken care by the system. This should be available. Employee user means generally in the reality they can go ahead and create a transactions. That is one thing correct. And other thing is if you wanted to assign the application implementation consultant role to this Cassie Brown, yes, we can go ahead and do that. So that this user will become as an implementation user as well as the business transaction process also user can go ahead and process that. Of course, that is again based on the role assignment only user can go ahead and do that either respective of security the user which is created from the security console, either you are creating the user from HCM page, either you are creating a user from manage user tab. There are three ways, right? Defining the users. From wherever you define it until unless if you don't assign the role, user is not at all going to perform any activity. You need to provide the user role assignment against the user. Then we need to provide the data access set like by privileges. Then only user can go ahead and perform it. This will be the thumb rule irrespective of any user from wherever you create it, from whatever the source which you create it. So fine, let me show you how to create the employee user from the manage user task. Okay, here you wanted to create a US against US business unit, you can do that, no problem. But we want to define the user our own by creating our own business unit. Our business unit is not ready. Our business unit topic is here. And also you need to assign this legislative data group and you need to map our legal entity to our legislative data group here. Then later you can go ahead and create an employee user here. Okay. So for that reason, at this moment, I am not creating, but how to create a user, let me showcase by using the existing or seeded business units in the system. Let me go ahead and showcase that. Let's go ahead and search with manage users. Either you search from procurement, either you search from financials, that should come because this should be a common activity. Maybe for example, today we are doing a financials. Maybe someone is doing procurement. This should be the common activity. For that reason, you can go ahead and search either from financials or else from the procurement, does not matter. That's how the application is already implemented such a way. See here, that is also coming from financial procurement. For few tasks, you need to particularly navigate to financials, you need to navigate to procurement, then only you can able to see that. We have seen already that. Maybe you guys can go and do some kind of experiments so that you guys will understand better. Let's come here, main users. Either you want to do it from here, you can do it. Or else global search level also you can do that, no problem. Few activities commonly you can go ahead and do that. Let's say here manage use. If you navigate from here, if you navigate from FSM page, does not make any difference. Let's say add it. Okay, let's say some user, just I'm not going to create it, just I'm trying to give some name like this. Give this, and in case hide data and you can update it, and phone number or packs, you can update it, username, you can update it here. In case you wanted to link the user account, any account, yes, you can go ahead and link that. And here person type, this is very important. This is what? Whenever you create the user in the system Either you wanted to consider that as an employee, or you wanted to consider that as a partner, or retiree, or student worker, or apprentice, or contingent worker. What is the source you wanted to use that you can use it? Okay, this is something which we are trying to create from the manage users, and the same activity can be done from the HCM page that is done by the human capital management team. In general, in the reality, all the users can be created by the HCM team. They can go ahead and load the users, all the employees information. And whenever we work as a consultant, they are going to create the users. For example, let's take one of the person XYZ working as a project manager or else maybe project lead. They will create a user for project to lead. So that should be commonly shared across within the financial stream. Same way for they can create one user for SCM. Same way they can go and create one user for the HCM also. Either you wanted to use that as common user as for total finance team, the same common user for SCM team. So, but financial track one user, SCM track one user, and SCM track one user. Separate users can be created. But let's take five people are there in within a financial stream. Maybe two people can take care about APAR and two people can take care about GL cash management example. So five people can use only one user, but project to project difference. Maybe you may have a separate users for each and every employee or every consultant. But when it coming to my case, we have seen a common user for all the financial stream. When it coming to my current account, we are three members for finance team. We are using the same standard user like uh, fin underscore financials. Fin underscore user underscore financials. Pin underscore user underscore SCM. That's how they have defined the users. Okay. That's how their naming convention be created by the, that is something created by the HCM team only. Once that is created, you wanted to have separate users for your team. Yes, you can go ahead and do that. Within a financial team, one person can initiate, all other five users can be created, and based on the roles, they can go ahead and assign it for the configuration. Okay, that's how the reality works. Fine. And also IT security manager also cannot be assigned to all the people. That is something can be assigned only to the project manager or else maybe senior consultant or maybe project lead. They can go and they need to request maybe for example staff consultants or freshers are there or else maybe junior consultant or associate consultant. They might have to have access to the security consult. They need to go ahead and check with the senior consultant or else maybe project lead and in case any issue with the logins like user reset or else maybe password reset or else maybe any rules to be added and all that way they need to coordinate it. Okay, that is totally depends on the specific business to business scenario. It's not mandatory we need to follow this and all. That is totally depends on the business process only. Is that clear? The differentiation between and see here. Okay, let me complete it. The moment once I select the person type as employee, here you can see legal employer should be available. Okay, I can go ahead and use any one of the US whatever which is already there, but I don't want to do that. I wanted to do it from the scratch. Once we define our own set of configuration. But I'm trying to showcase how to select the moment once you update all of the details here. Once you click on save and close, this user also automatically integrated and this will be available here. Once you save and close it, once you save and close it, this user automatically created. That's how within one task to another task or another page, the integration automatically available. This you can call it as a within a fusion integration like AP to GL, AR to GL, like employee creation page to security console page, the user can be created here. We have not reset any password and all. Only user is created. This user will create with worker employee information. Example, you wanted to update department, job, grade. You can go and update manager and all. It's not mandatory. Still, if you wanted to update, you can update it. The moment once you update it, the page, this page and it will be link or this will be available here. Means page in the sense the data, whatever which is updated here, automatically whenever you query the user, the data can be available from here. Same like how we are going to query the user. Let's done it. You can go ahead and query that example test and test. Whatever user which you have created, that should be available here. Okay, no problem. Let me create it because just for showcase, we'll do that. Let's query this so that you guys can understand. Anyway, this test instance, we can do that. No problem. This is something which you have created. And let's see the moment once it is save and close, the user will be available here. That's how the page to page automatic integration process can be taken care of. Synchronization can be happen. See, this is something which is done. Now let's come back here. Let's query that. That should be available here. You can see the worker information should be available for this. Of course, manager job department we have not assigned. If you assign it, automatically that should be available. Business unit, you can see here. Worker name, this is a name. So that this would be the username going forward in case you wanted to use that. Same way, you wanted to convert this user as a, I don't want to use other user. I wanted to use this user for both configuration as well as the testing process or business transaction process. Simply, I can go ahead and assign the roles. I can go ahead and do that. If I assign the application implementation consultant role, this user will get a access. Same way, if I assign the IT security manager role, this user will get a access to security console. And if I assign the accounts payable manager role, this user will get a accounts payable activity related privileges, same way for AR, same way for FA. That's how the user assignment and the role assignment supposed to be done. Are you guys are clear so far on this? Are any questions, please? All of you.
Are we able to add multiple worker
Multiple workers in the sense I did not get your query, please.
under this user information? Like we have added one worker name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are we able to add multiple or only one? And under that we can add a few roles.
See, this is this will be the common activity which supposed to be do. This is something, okay.
Okay.
Once the user is created, you can go ahead and create n number, you can go ahead and assign n number of roles this user based on your need. That is one thing. You wanted to create a n number of users, yes, we can go ahead and do that from here. That is one thing.
Mm.
But in the reality, you never create any users. Employees can be
Okay.
done by the HCM team, but yes, as a consultant, either SCM consultant or else maybe financial consultant, we should know how to create user just to ensure our work should not affect. Got it? Is that clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. No issues, no issues. This is about the employee user creation as well as the regular user creation. You can see this difference, okay? In the reality also, whenever you see some issues against the users and I'll just ensure is that employee user or is that only the user which is created for the configuration purpose, you can see this, okay. Then only can go ahead and understand. From here only can go ahead and understand. Yes, we have seen that example, how to create it. And SCM page access, we don't have it. But generally that should be done by the HCM team. But in the reality, as I said, everything can be done by the user creation can be done by the HCM. They can do the bulk upload like 100 employees, 200 employees, 300 employees. They can do the bulk upload. That is the core activity for the HCM. But in case you want to do single employees or creation and all, that can be done by the with respective streams, either SCM team or financial team, they need to create their own users. Okay. This is all about difference between employee user as well as the implementation user and also how to create that also. We have seen that. And once you create it, how that should be integrated to your application with a respective page like user page and manage users level created. We have seen that. Okay. Next. Project creation. One second, guys. Project creation. Project creation is not mandatory, okay? But yes, if you wanted to create your project, yes, you can do that. How to define the project, how to assign the offerings to the project, how to assign the project to the user. All these things we are going to discuss about it. But in the reality, it's not mandatory. Even generally in the reality also we are going to follow the same approach like doing the activities from the Excel and all. But here I have just subgraded each and every activity separately. But in the reality, you will have one consolidated Excel list of activities which includes all the teams. Example here, GL related, we have updated it here. Same way for AP related, we have updated a separate tab, but that should be a sequence order and which includes SCM team activities, HCM activities in one consolidated sheet. They can go and update it. Who is the assigned person? For example, HCM activity, who is going to take care about it? SCM activity is going to take care about it. And the financial activity is going to take care about it. So generally, the lead name should be available here, and internally they will assign. So, for example, let's take work. I'm working as a finance lead. Under mine, there are three people are there. Maybe one person good in AP, another person good in AR and GL, another person is going to be responsible for cash management and fixed asset. Internally, I will assign this information to the respective team members. They can go ahead and do that. But in officially, they are going to maintain everything on the lead name. They are going to track it. They are going to the owner of that, and in case any other challenges they get it internally, they need to coordinate it. They need to have a calls updates with the respective business owners. That's how the reality works. How the consolidated sheet looks like and all, we are going to discuss once to start with the configuration. Okay, so let's try to define the project and just understand, because someone may ask you to create a project, how to do that and all. Let's understand about it. Come here, go to home page. So home page, come here, setup and maintenance again. Come here. Here offerings and all, you can go ahead and do that. And come here, let's say here, manage implementation project. This is the one. Let's click on this. Ignore about whatever projects which are available here. This is something which is going to be available commonly. Let's try to create our own project. How to do that? Let's say add it. What is the naming convention which you wanted to follow? I wanted to follow AUGN9 implementation project. This is what which I wanted to follow, the naming convention. AUGN9 implementation project, automatically code as well as the description which is going to be available. The status showing as not started. We'll update that work in progress or complete and all. Here you can see assign to the user which is creating by the FinIMPL. Yes, I can go ahead and assign to n number of, any user, not n number of users. This can be assigned to only one user. Only one person should be take care about the project. For example, today I'm taking care. Maybe after 3 months, I move to some other organization, or else maybe I move to some other project. Who is going to be coming to the picture? That person to be added here. But ensure whenever you do this assignment, ensure that the user is already available. For example, let's take some other user which I wanted to create it. The user cannot be available because the user is supposed to be created. Until unless if you don't create a user, that cannot be listed here. Okay. Example, FinIMPL user is created. That should be available here. You can see this is there. And also AUGN is there. You can see this is how. Okay. So here this is something which I'm trying to do it from the FinIMPL user. For the reason by default that should be available here. What I will do, let me log out from this user. Let me log in from our user, because we have already assigned the privileges like application implementation consultant, IT security manager. We have already assigned. You can go ahead and do that. Let's come back here. Let's make a note of this. Copy.
Is this the same as PPM project, Nivas? No, right?
See, if you wanted to define the project for any module, this will be very common. Either you wanted to map under one project, financials, procurement, all this you want to track under one project, you can map it. We'll discuss about it. Let me just complete it so that you can understand. Yeah. So this is our user. So let's try to see this, how it looks like and all, so that you'll get a clear clarity on this. Don't worry about it. Fine. Now let's come back here. Okay, fine. Now go to again manage implementation project. Ignore about whatever which are here. This should be commonly available. Okay, because it's available at instance level. We'll discuss only user level. How, if you wanted to see how that should be handled, I will give all the information in detail. Age and 9 implementation project. This is what which I'm trying to define it. See here, the moment once I create from this user, I can go ahead and see by default this should be assigned to user. Here still we have option to change to anyone. For example, you wanted to even project. I'm defining example. Let's take I'm a senior consultant. Let's take some XYZ person is the manager or project manager. Yes, I will create on behalf of him. Example, I will give a naming convention. Example, let's take FINA MPL user would be the project manager. I can go ahead and do that. For example, I'm doing project creation for myself. I am a project manager. In that case, AUGN is our user, means let's say I'm considering as like my user. So this is how we can go ahead and assign it. Later point of time, you can come, you can change at any time. As I said, this is something which we are tracking. As I said, it's not mandatory. Only for internal purpose, we are tracking just to track the information and all. And start date, from which date you wanted to initiate the project, example from February 1st. You wanted to put a today date, finish also, you can, system will be accepted. And if you put yesterday date also, you can, system will be accepted. I said this is something only just for tracking purpose we are defining. Example, let's take some maybe May 30th would be the project ended example. Yes, we have option to do that. It's not mandatory. You can leave that as it is also. If you are not sure with the timelines and all, you can leave this. This is how the project should be assigned. This is how the, sorry, not assigned. This is how the project should be created, and you can go ahead and assign to the user. Is that clear so far? All of you? On the project creation part?
Yes.
Yeah, and let me create let me create with the assignment and all. We'll see that, like assignment in the sense like offering assignment and all. We'll discuss about it. See here, once you click on save and close, the project will be available in the list from where we have seen lot many projects which are there, right, as part of the application. This is also, it's going to be listed there. Let's see that.
Yeah, in real time,
Mhm.
like how many projects do we have? Like we have multiple projects, or we all work in one project only in real time? In a,
See, that's what I'm saying, right? Project should be one. Project
okay,
manager should be one. For example, let's take our team, total 10 members are there. 10
mhm,
members are working for financials, example, let's consider it. One
mhm,
project should be there. I cannot go ahead and have separate project. Manager should be one, right?
okay,
One manager, one project. That's it. Under which how many you wanted to. Example, let's take project manager is going to be responsible for HCM. Project manager is responsible for financials. Project manager is responsible for SCM activities. Also, example. Under one project only, we can go ahead and assign all these offerings.
mhm,
Okay, that way also we can do. Let me just go ahead and showcase that. Once this is completed, I will do that.
okay,
Project creation is one thing to create it, just project we have done, under which what you wanted to implement it. Either you wanted to implement projects, either you wanted to implement financials, either you wanted to implement SCM and all, you can go ahead and keep at the respective offerings under which. But
mhm,
owner is this. Or else, it's example, AUGN 9 user is for financial, AUGN 10 user is for maybe SCM, AUGN 11 user is maybe for HCM. You need to have separate three projects. Got it?
okay,
One person wise, you can go ahead and assign it. But one common project manager is going to be responsible for all these offerings. You can go ahead and define one project under which you can go ahead and n number of offerings. That's how the reality works. Okay, fine. Let me showcase about it so that you guys can understand better. See, this is ours, which you have created it. This is something we have created as 2.1. And last update also 2.20. This is something today 2.20. This is last update by this user. Okay, today we have created for the reason today it's coming in the top. Maybe tomorrow this way, this maybe for example, let's say you guys started creating a project, your own project, same like what we are discussing. That will go somewhere here. Okay, that's what I said. If I use the A naming convention, that will come in the top. That is one priority. That's what I said, recommendation. And also today we are created for that reason it's showing in the top. Tomorrow this may be go here somewhere. Okay, it's very tough to query that, right? For example, you wanted to query this, you can query that. Only our project will come. This is one thing. Go to the overview. The moment once you click on the overview, the project, whatever which are assigned this, for example, under this user, I can have multiple projects. One is for financial, one is for SCM, one is for SCM example separately. I can go and see all the list here. Again, still here we have option to update like statuses and all. For example, here this how looks like, right? So click on edit. You can see here status also. You can say like in the progress or completed. Also you can do that. Okay, one initially this will not be option. We don't have option to edit this in progress only. We have done this. Let's say done it here. So let's come back here again. Let's say done it for. Let me come back from the first so that you guys can. This FSM page. Go to the manage implementation project. Either you wanted to search it from here, you can search it. This is one way to do that. Let's remove it so that all will be available. Click on this overview. Whatever the user which have logged in, whatever which are projects under this user only will be available. Okay. So you wanted to modify something, you wanted to add something, click on this edit. Here you can see this is the basic information should be shown like name, code, status, assign to and all. Yes, still today, for example, let's take you want to assign to some other user. Yes, I have option to assign it. But ensure the user should be available in the system. Then only that should be available. Without defining the user, if you try to search with the user ID, that won't be available. As simple as that. Okay, fine. This is how we can create the project and assigning the task. How that should be. Come here. Task and task list. If I wanted to perform the activities directly from the FSM page, I can go ahead and do that. Or else from the global search, I can go ahead and do that. We have not assigned any offerings and user level because that is enabled. Go to FSM page by default, that is available here. As simple as that. We have seen. Go to FSM page, home, go to setup and maintenance. I can see here the task should be available. I can go ahead and search it by selecting the financial. I can go ahead and search it whatever I want. But when you come to the project, I can go and simply search it. What I need to do under this project, what offerings you wanted to assign it. Example, here you can see offerings. Financials is one offering. Let's search it. What it's going to do, what it's going to take care about. You can see here. We put a cursor here, description. Configure how you manage the financial flows or financial information, which includes assets means fixed assets, ledger means ledgers. Cash cycle is nothing but cash management. Invoices and payments is nothing but accounts payable. Account receivable collections are part of account receivable. Subledger accounting as well as the task configuration is part of the financials. The moment once I select it here, that should be available here. Let's check that. It's going to take some time, but yeah. It's a one-time activity, the reality. Either you do it this way or else you wanted to maintain Excel, it's totally up to you. But in the reality, no one is going to track here in the system level. It's gonna take time, right? So for the reason generally it would not be used. But yes, here this is added. You can see here. Okay, fine. Now the financial is added. Let me search with the manage accounting calendar. The same activity I can go ahead and do that from here also. Either I want to do it from here, manage accounting calendar, manage invoice options, all these things I can go ahead and do it from here, or else I can go ahead and do that from this global search. And if I want to do it from here also, I can do that. What makes difference if I do this activity from either from FSM page, either if I do from the project, either if I do from the global search, does not make any difference. These are all the ways to do that. Example, let's try to create it. Yesterday we have seen same page will be directed, but the navigation process is different. This is how we can go ahead and do that. Yes. And yesterday someone is asked like to whom that should be assigned and all. For example, I wanted to assign this task to someone. Let's particularly account calendar activity supposed to be done by some XYZ resource. So I can go ahead and do that. Here by default, this should be there. To whom that should be. You can go ahead and assign it to whom that should be. The moment once by default the project is assigned, automatically all the activities also should be assigned to the respective user only. But still, if you wanted to assign, change that, yes, we have option to do that. Go to the edit status here. Here, okay, some code. This is something not started. You have particular activity wise also status. Yes, this is something total project status you are doing, like in progress, and activity wise also you can go ahead and update the status. Not started, work in progress, some execution frozen or completed with errors. This is how you can do that. Rather doing it here, that's what exactly we are doing it in the Excel. Date, any observations or dependency, comments we can update it, owner is we can update it. So rather updating here every time I need to come each and every activity level and all, we can do that, right? So same way, let's go ahead and search with manage primary ledger. Who is going to be owner here? Let's click on this. Here, the advantage here is you can see here, the moment once you search here, the path should be financials, define common configuration for financial. This should be, you can see here in detail. Let's click on this. And one benefit which we have from here is the moment once you click here, you can see the help option. When you do the from project, the definition, all these things should be available here. Just click on this help option. You can see here the purpose of creating primary ledger, creating a primary ledger and all. Some page should be open. This is something docs.oracle.com. You can go ahead and dig in detail the definition, the purpose we are creating and all. See here. Example, how to create a primary ledger. The definition you can see here. That kind of flexibility which we have. This where what is a part of offering financials, what is a functional area, general ledger, what is a task manage, primary ledger, and you can see the name example here, how that should be defined, and also we can see from here description, chart of account. This is some sample they have given, like seeded one they have considered accounting method, and let's say save and close. And example, we wanted to check it for accounting calendar. This is one of the advantage which you have if you are not aware with the process. So by seeing this also you can go ahead and complete it. Manage accounting calendar. This is very simplified process, guys. I'm telling you this compared with EBS. This is very simplified. If you guys are already working in a EBS environment, you feel that kind of what I can say easy process compared with EBS. Okay. So here, manage accounting calendar. For example, if you wanted to know about it, go to help. For every task would be there. Accounting calendar options. How that should be. Let's click on this. The same docs.oracle.com page should be directed. Normally also you can go ahead and search with docs.oracle.com. You can go ahead and search what you wanted to search it. The definition you can see here. Defining the accounting calendar, you can create accounting year and periods contains specify common calendar options. Application use automatically generate calendar with the periods. So here how that should be done and all start date, end date and all you can see here start date, the definition. Whenever you create it, right? Example, it's gonna update all the information, right? We are gonna update all these things. Example here, the definition also that should be available here. From here you can see adjusting period, what is the purpose, period name for format reason here you can see that, right? So where is that? Here you can see adjusting period, format reason, first period, all these things definition should be available here. Okay, so in here also some what is the difference between fiscal year calendar and how can I update the existing calendar? All these things steps will be available. This is something it's a kind of document. It's of course it's a very huge document. We can if we wanted to go ahead and do each and every activity such a way, it's not at all going to be possible. It's going to take years of time. But our timelines are very straight. No, very straightforward. They will say like maybe quarter or 2 quarters. That is totally depends on the projects whatever which client is allocated. But yes, if someone is new to the Oracle, yes, they have option to check from here, navigate it here, and check, understand the definitions and all. That exactly we are discussing from using this spreadsheet. We are discussing the definition, and we are going to do that in the system. And we'll go ahead and update the comments, what is the status and all. Does it make sense, guys? Is that clear? The importance of the project creation, is that mandatory or not? If you define the project and what are the benefits which are going to get and all, are you guys are clear with this? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And other thing is, for example, let's take financials is assigned. Let's done it. Let's come back here. Let's come back here. So here, just we are searching it here and all right. So generally, and you wanted to add a procurement also. Yes, I can go ahead and add it. I can go ahead and add it. Procurement related task also should be added here. For example, let's try to assign it here.
Can you ask one more question?
Yes, please.
One project takes how many days or years?
Right. So generally, I will tell my experience.
Mhm.
So one of the project like we are there, we have done all the financials module. Duration is 8 months. That is something which I've done one country, one legal entity, one business unit. And initial data gathering time and all, they have killed some time. Instead of 6 months, they have done 8 months. That is something which we don't have a control. Correct? So 6 months, which is done. When it coming to my current project, we have started in October. August initial project initiation done, and January 12th was go live. That is total depends on the project size. For example, if you are doing for multiple countries, it's maybe take 1 year also. If you are doing for one country, for example, company is running business in 5 countries, first they will go ahead with the one country example, US or maybe UK or maybe India. The primary country, for example, business is operations happening from the US is primary example. First they will go for the US. Once they complete end to end, maybe all the configurations. So maybe let's take 6 months, which is completed. The another countries which are going to be there, right? Maybe UK, India, and all. By using that reference, instead of doing 6 months, they will target to complete in only 4 months because we have understand the challenges. We know how to do the things better and all. Same process can be replicated for all other countries. Correct? The chart of accounts may be same. Only the naming conventions, the value should be different. So that's how we need to. What I can say. That's how we need to understand the process better, and we need to give a particular timelines. Maybe instead of doing 6 months, we can go ahead and do that 4 months. That is totally depends on the client to client again, and the project architect will be decide the timelines and all. Okay, of course, as a consultant, once you start working on that, you will get to know what will be the starting point of time and what will be the timelines, what is the go live date and all. Sometimes yes, go live date, for example, let's assume that they decided 31st May is a go live date, but sometimes they may not be achieved. That may be reason because of the consultant may not be delivered within the timelines. Sometimes, most of the cases, business may not provide the data within the timelines. They're supposed to provide the master data by 31st of March, example. Till April 30, they have not provided. What will we do as a consultant? We'll do all the follow-ups. That's it. As simple as that. We need to have only proper emails to ensure that yes, we are doing a follow-ups, but they are not sending. That kind of evidence which you have, right? It's not at all going to be affect our, what I can say, our roles. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
Nivas, I have one question. Sorry.
yeah, yes, please.
We'll follow like in a 3 week cycle, like agile model, like the kind of work environment, or monthly, 3 months, like this format.
No agile model. Agile model can be done for the testing and enhancement purpose, not for the implementation process.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, 3 months they given. First to 2 months, work is running like very slow, like 10% and 20%. Last month they target complete 60%. It's not agile process. Yes. Third month, once the data is ready, we need to stretch that. We need to complete that. That's how the process. But yes, agile model that should be like a testing process, right? Generally, agile can be process used by the testing model, waterfall or else maybe agile model. That is something they will freeze the requirement. So 2 weeks or 3 weeks and all, they can go ahead and freeze the requirement. We need to ensure that should be completed. That's how. In case something they wanted to add it, they can go ahead and take that in the next iteration. That's how the reality works, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Any questions, please? All of you. Are you guys are clear on this project creation, the importance, how that should be work in the reality rather creating a project? Why recommended to use the spreadsheet? Yeah. So I cannot go ahead and update the names every time and all. So for the reason, just we are trying to do it through spreadsheet. Shall I consider that you guys are clear? All of you, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to be like, let's say maybe so yeah or no, so that I can understand. Yeah. So the main intention, don't take other way around. Just my intention is just that, just to ensure that you guys are following me. That's what my main intention. Okay. Okay, fine. So, right, let's come to here. We have discussed about the project creation. We have discussed about the assignment to the project, and we have discussed the how to assign the offerings to the project. Hoping it's clear in case if you have any questions so that you can. So procurement also you can go ahead and add it here, for example, or SCM you can add it. After that, once you add it here, you wanted to delete that also, we have option. For example, the list procurement already exists. Okay, let me query that. Let me re-query that. Already added. So come here. Not added. It's showing like added, but it's not added. Let me try to add it here. Sometimes strange behavior. It's not added, showing that it's already added. So here, once it's added, you can see that here. Okay, for example, you wrongly added, or else maybe if today the manager is going to be common manager for procurement and financials. So for that reason, I've added under one project. Or if you want to delete this, have option to delete that. Either you want to delete financial also, you can go and delete that. If I delete all the configurations which I've done, everything will move? No. Only just project level that should be moved. Configuration, whatever which is already done, either from the project, either from the FSM page, either from the global search, all should be available. That default cannot be deleted. You have option to undelete it. Yes, few of the tasks can be deleted once you started using the application, or you can create, once you create a transaction, we cannot delete that. Yes, we can have option to delete it. We'll discuss about how to delete it, how to query the already configured information, how to verify that in case if I wanted to modify something, what are the fields allowed to be modified and all. We'll discuss some scenarios, use case scenarios, and we'll discuss about it. Yeah. Right. So let's come here. Version update. Yes. Let's check that. Of course, this is the latest version which we are going to be used. This will keep update. This will keep update by refreshing that, right? So you can check the versions. Go to that user. Go to the about application. You can see this is already 26A. So we are up to date. Even we have not received the 26A updates, but the application is already upgraded. This is like versions 13 is version, R13 is version. That 11 is some sequence which is following, and 26 is our version, means 26A 01, 02, 03, like that. Why 26A, why 26B? I'll give a brief about it. Let me talk about it. For example, as I said, generally what Oracle do, here we are in 2026. 2026A, 26A, 26B, 26C, and 26D. This should be January to, this should be April to June. This should be July to July, August, September. This should be October to October, November, December. Yeah. So here this should be, of course, you guys are aware that Oracle is a US based country, US product. Okay. I mean, of course, they are going to follow the US calendar. Okay. A global calendar, we can call it. Okay. That would be generally, you can say that as a global calendar. So here 2026 we are in. So what is 26A? What is 26B means? Every quarter, this is first quarter. Okay, if spelling, if something wrong, maybe you can just don't consider it. Just try to understand the concept, the definition. Okay. Second quarter, because Excel, right? We cannot go ahead and verify the spelling restriction word. We can check that. Right. Fourth quarter. These are the quarters, right? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Well, first quarter is nothing but January to March. Second quarter is nothing but April to June, July to September, and October to December. So what system will do? This is one of the best practice which Oracle is maintaining. For the reason the clients are increasing more. Example, let's take same wafer we have maybe for 27, same wafer we have for 25, because it's already completed, right? So 25 and 26, example, let's take this is 25. This is something 26, this is something 27. How differentiate you can do here? If it is 25 years means 25A, 25B, 25C, 25D. Example here. This is last year, 2025. 25 is nothing but year indication. 26 is nothing but year indication 2026. Okay, here 27 means this is something 27. So future. This is something every quarter they are gonna release that. Do the releases. What exactly they are gonna release and all, we'll discuss about it now. For example, let's take there are some features, some recommended. One of the fields supposed to be enabled. Example, that option is not available in the current system. Example, let's take 25C time means 2025 third quarter time. Few business clients, they have requested to this feature to be enabled. Okay, let me take one example, live example. Let me take 26A. The some future is coming like uh, earlier we have option to transfer the assets from within the ledger one asset book to another asset book. But now 26A, what it's happened, one ledger to another ledger. US ledger to UK ledger example. One ledger to another ledger. This is something new feature which is coming. Why this is coming? This is something which is requested by the business. We have received some enhancement request. If we have this feature, it should be helpful for the business. They are going to consider this example. Okay, let's take this live example. Recently only we will get to know about it. Here, this is something they have requested in 25A time. It's a huge change because from one book to another book and that to specific country to country we are trying to change it. So 25A they have requested and not simply Oracle is not at all going to be accept simply. First they will do the analysis. If that really the requirement is in scope and definitely it will be benefited to the businesses across all the businesses. They are not going to look for one particular business. They will look for all kind of businesses, whatever the industries which are involved. They look for that. If really worthful, they can go and start implement that. From the Oracle side, we have a separate teams like product development team. Product development team will start initiate the requirement and technically they will look for the scope and all. Once that is completed, testing team will do the testing and all. Once that is done, then okay, by 25D time they have completed everything. They have completed all the testing and all. They are ensured that the product is working as expected and it's not affecting any other existing functionalities. They can go ahead and release that in the 26A. That's how the releases can be happen. 26B, some features should be added. 26C, what are the features which are added and all? We can go ahead and check that from the Oracle document. Once you started working on the application, you will get a notification as part of your team. You will see that what list of activities are introduced and what is something related to our financials, then only we can look for that. For example, let's say in 26A, there are some 10 features which are introduced, out of which only one is for financials. Remaining 9 for maybe one is for 2 maybe for HCM, 2 maybe for lease accounting, 2 maybe for supply chain related, 2 maybe for project related. You are least bothered about it. But that is something which is interlinked with your financials. You need to just ensure how that is affecting and all. Whatever which is financially one is introduced, you need to thoroughly understand, is that mandatory or is that some specific country to country only that should be enabled, or that feature is applicable only for US country. Example, you need to enable for only US. If you are working for Saudi client, you no need to bother about it. That's how we need to do the proper analysis on the releases. So this is one of the best practice Oracle is following, as I said, maybe initial days also. What it is happening, Oracle trying to fulfill the customer requirements, simultaneously enhancing their product also to get fulfill all the requirements from the clients. So that once that is implemented, whatever the new clients which are going to come, they can explain about this. This is something which I've introduced. This will be helpful to the business. That way they can go ahead and do the more advertisement on the product, and advertisement in the sense they will explain better. If you do this, in case if you have any challenges, we have this kind of practice so that it will helpful to you enhance your product. You can go ahead and ensure all the requirements should be fulfilled from your business side. This is how the releases can be happened. This somewhere you can see here 26A release. You can check it from here. The latest version which are going by default that should be updated here 26A. Maybe in a April month you can see like as a 26B. Is that clear? The version verification and how the releases can be happened, the importance of the releases. Are you guys are clear on that?
Yeah, yes, Nami.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nivas, whenever Oracle releases a latest version, will it apply for all the clients, or is it?
See, yes, good question. So, for example, let's take few things which are gonna be by default system will consider about it. Few things we need to do some prerequisites that should be enabled. Example from invoice option level something, or else that is something do from the tax configuration area. So that based on the scenario we need to set, or else by default automatically the privilege should be added to the existing application. That is total depends on our future what is available. Is that something which we need to do that, and all they are gonna provide all the information. Something which you need to perform any prerequisite activity, we need to perform it. Or else if you wanted to enable it directly, you can go ahead and do that. Or else you wanted to keep that as optional, you can keep that as optional.
So
These
if we
three things
don't
will
want
be.
any latest version to be applied to our instance, we can
Yeah, you can
apply.
ignore it. You can ignore it. If you wanted to
Okay.
operate, you can operate. Yes, correct. Yeah, right. Fine. This is something about version updates. Everyone is following me, right? Everyone is clear, right? What exactly we are trying to convey? Or any questions, please?
Yeah, it's clear. That offerings in offerings page also it is mentioned, right? New features and what
Yes,
are
yes.
going to be features.
Yes. You can check that there also. Yes, correct. Or else you can search from the dax.oracle.com also, you can check it, no problem. There are multiple ways to check it, yeah? Okay, shall I go ahead and move on the next topic, that is geographical process? If you guys are okay, let me move on. Okay, fine. Yeah. Geographical process, this is something maybe why I'm considering, because most of the employees, I can say, they're confused here. Like, where is the control and all? Maybe in case, of course, someone is already experienced, they can get to know, but someone is new to the system and all, they need to understand. For example, let's take here. Manage geographical information, that should be basically whenever the new geographical information is added. Example, Telangana is added. So automatically the third party system, example like Vertex and all that should be done. And Oracle also, they are going to consider all the information from different sources. They can go ahead and update it. That is one thing. Else maybe third party systems also, example Vertex is one of the source system where you can go ahead and get all the updated geographical information. Few countries may change the zip codes, few countries may change the naming convention, example Bombay to Mumbai, like that. Or else maybe new states which are going to be formed, or any new districts which are going to be formed irrespective of any country, that should be available as part of the geographical information. Let's see here how system is going to be validated here. Let me go ahead and showcase it. Manage geographies. Come here. Example, let's take country code as US. Okay. Come here, see, this is something geographical coding defined means, like example, the structure. Let me here. This is something in case you wanted to modify anything, this should be enabled here. Address cleansing defining. So means the this real time address cleansing option. This is something by default that should be available. You don't need to update anything. Here you can see the structure. See, when it coming to the US country, the structure should be state, country, city, postal code. You can check it from here. Okay. So this is how the structure should be. Every country has their own structure. Remember, for example, when coming to India, state, city, maybe example in India, how the address should be, house number, street, postal code, right? All this information like town, district, all should be available. That is something totally specific country to country, the address style would be. That is already available here. Here come to the hierarchy here. Structure that is, and hierarchy should be like this. Let's click on this. Let's see here. Example, this is United States. Under you can see, under country, we have a state. Under state, we have county. Under county, we have city. Under city, we have postal code. Under postal code, yeah, this would be the sequence. Country, state, county, city, postal code. This would be the sequence for US. If you take some other country, the address style would be different. If you take India, if you take UK, if you take some other Singapore, all the countries there have their own style of structure, style of hierarchy, or a style of maybe list. Okay, so how this should be. Okay, this one thing, let me complete it. Later we'll try to create one location. I will demonstrate here. Validation is defined. For example, let me try to create one of the location where we need to update all the information there. Let's go to setup and maintenance. Let's go to manage locations. Come here. I'm trying to create one new location just to ensure the importance of this geographical information, why this is enabled and all. I wanted to give a justification here. Example, let's take some test. We can give something, okay? We are not defining, just to ensuring that we are trying to do that here, okay? See, here what system will do, if I disable it, system won't do any validation. If I disable it and save and close, I'm not doing that. Okay, it's not at all authorized to do that also. If I disable it and if I save and close it, I don't have any option here. I can go ahead and select anything. Example, let's take country. I can go ahead and give whatever the text, whatever the state which I want to give, I can go ahead and give that. I wanted to give city, I can give some text. If why it is throwing the error, because this is something we have enabled. Of course, it's not saved. You are unable. For that reason, the validation should be happen. Why the junk information is not accepted, junk character is not accepted, because of that is enabled. Okay, let me try to search with the location, zip code. Example, let's search with some 5 series. Example, the moment once I select it here, automatically all the information should be available. Tab out. See here. You see, it's not allowing. So because the validation is there. See here, the error is showing here. Okay, let's try to move out here. System throwing the error. So what you need to do? We need to ensure you cannot go ahead and use option to enter any junk characters or invalid characters. The validation control can be happen from here. Why I'm trying to demonstrate here? Because few of the activities, example, taxes and the employees, currencies and all that should be defined based on this setup. For the reason I'm trying to demonstrate at this time, because once you started and the application, maybe we may not get time to look for this. So if you aware all these things initially, so that it will be helpful. For the reason I'm considering this as a common topic as part of the fundamental. Let's try to select now. This time it will be allowed. Let's try to select it. Let's enter any 5 series or 6 series, anything is okay. Earlier it's not junk characters. Earlier it was junk character, now it's not junk character. Automatically that should be updated here. So system will do this kind of validation whenever you set this as a validation as defined here. Okay, this very, very key setup thing which you need to, of course, in the reality also, no one is going to be disable it, but ensure in case if you see any tax calculations which are not happening or the currencies which are not recognizing correctly. So all these things should be considered. This is all about your geographical information related. Okay, so fine. It's 8:14. With this, we can conclude the session for today. And yeah, tomorrow, I mean, maybe, yeah, as I said, Saturday, Sunday, our regular week offs. So I don't want to take that like, a week of time. And Monday again, we need to regroup back and we can continue from the actual configuration. Okay. So any questions before concluding the session, all of you, please. Are we good to close the session for today? Or any questions do you have in your mind? Any questions? Please don't think about either right, wrong. Yeah, please go ahead.
Regarding this manage geographical, this is the first one-time setup, right? We don't set up,
It's a one time,
everything.
even we don't do even one time setup also, that by default that should be available. In
Okay,
case if
if we want to add any
new things, even that you're not gonna do as a consultant, that
by
should come
default,
from
okay.
by default, that should be there. Oracle is gonna take care about it because everything is a cloud. And sometimes, for example, when it coming to your business scenarios, maybe business will take care about the third party. Example, what text they are gonna support that. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, but as a consultant, yes, definitely we should know what are the controls from where we can check that and all. That should know. For the reason, I'm just considered as one of the topic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other question is, any limitation to create user count?
No limitation. You can create thousands of
And
users. No problem at all.
okay.
No limitations.
Now, ERP cloud is not a user count license. I mean,
No, that is something maybe whenever you go for subscription, you need to just say that what will be the count and all. Yes, based on that, they can go ahead and give a charge. They can go ahead and charge that, but it's I don't see any limitations. Okay. That is
oh,
totally thousands of users you can create. Does not matter, right? So user creation does not matter, but that is something totally based on your subscription. Based on that only they can give a privileges to you, right?
oh.
Yeah. Any other questions, please? Ahmad, Aniket, Arshada, Jayashree, Kiran, Rajendra, Sami, Venugopal. Okay. Okay, guys. So if you don't have any questions, we can
Yeah,
conclude.
Nivas, I have one question.
Please.
Like AI is coming, it is already there. So what will be impact X perspective of you in what will be the impact of in Oracle? What will be stay and we can work or yeah, I got
Hmm,
this
hmm.
question now.
Okay, no problem. I'll try to explain about it because, see, here when it coming to the Oracle product, this is something already well-developed product. Correct? This is already well-developed product. Now we are trying to define our configuration based on our requirement. That is one thing. Functional activity, we are trying to do it. When it coming to the AI, there are some few features which are available. Example, IDR, invoice creation, or account combination and all. That is also we need to do activities from our side as a manual. Once that is completed, yes, we can go ahead and schedule the program that should be taken care. Impact should be there, but not more than 20%. That is one thing. And also, let's assume that, okay, I'm not sure, maybe you're already working as a consultant in EBS side or maybe cloud side. Exactly, I'm not sure. But in general, example, let's take 5 modules which are working. 2 people are working for one client. Even though AI is there, one module wise, one person generally supposed to work. If AI works also, a one person should be there. Maybe instead of one person, maybe 0.5% should be there to take care about it. And configuration point of view, no changes. Yes, when it comes to the transaction process, example, creating the invoices, creating the AR invoices and all, definitely yes, that should be impact from the AI side. It's already in Oracle also, that is already started because I'm working in the Oracle platform since almost 10 years. Yes, I see lot many changes, but when it coming to the consultant role, that should not be affect anything. Even if it is affect also, it's not going to affect with immediate. Maybe at least it's going to take 4 to 5 years time. And it's particularly for the transaction area. It's not for the consulting stream. After 5 years, definitely I'm not sure. We cannot go ahead and comment that how the things would be, how advanced that should be configuration and all. Yes, even though if it's advanced level that they implemented, at least module wise one person should be there. Even whatever everything system cannot go ahead and do everything automatically, right? Something we need to give inputs. Currently, also we are doing each module wise person dedicatedly. Same way that should be applicable. It's not at all going to impact. Yes, even if it's impacted, also that's maximum 20% of the impact should be. Anyway, clients will be increased and business will be expanded, futures will come, people will retire. It's a continuation process. So don't worry about it. Okay, just focus on our learnings. We need to keep upgrade ourselves automatically. The things whatever which I shared, that is something which is based on my experience. That is, you guys can go ahead and correlate yourself as well. Yeah, is that clear? Is that helpful?
Yeah, yes, Nivas. And
Yeah.
one more, are you covering OTBI, BI also? Because
No,
when I saw,
what OTBI reports which I covering, BI reports that is totally depends on the technical side. OTBI, how to define the OTBI reports like drag and drop option, that we are going to cover
okay,
that. Yeah. BI as well as FRS, that is purely technical team supposed to be do. That is the only one activity which is technical team handling. Once you started using the application, maybe you can learn that also. Maybe at this moment it should be overburden to, I mean, every
yeah,
individual. Yeah.
correct.
So first
Mhm.
our focus is our regular activities. Once you learn this, yes, you guys can go and enhance your skills on the FRS side as well as some adding some technical skills. Definitely will be added advantage. Yeah, don't like if I do all these things it will be overburdened. It's not, it's we are covering here plenty topics. If you see here, it's not so easy to, yes, once you get a good understanding overall on the processes, definitely you can go ahead and enhance your skills based on the need. That is always added advantage for our individual, and that should be applicable for me also, right? So today if I wanted to learn some FAS kind of thing, definitely I need to. because that should be added advantage along with these regular modules, whatever the technical scope which I'm having. If I add some advanced things like maybe FAH and the AI side, definitely it will be added advantage. I cannot say that I know everything. I'm in the industry since 10 years. I know each and everything. If I have that kind of mindset, I cannot go out and survive in this IT industry. Yeah, that should be very common practice for all the employees who are in IT, irrespective of any stream, either Oracle or SAP or Dynamics or any other stream which you go for. Yeah. Okay, so fine. Yeah. Yes, Venu, you want to say something?
And do you see any AI features in ERP cloud as
Yes,
of now?
I've implemented few like IDR implementation which I've done, account combination which I've done. That and all IDR anyway we are gonna cover that as part of our training.
Idea means that's I mean,
Invoice document recognition based on the image, invoice should be
okay.
recognized by the system. Yeah, that is something we'll discuss
Okay, got
about
it.
it.
There will
Yeah.
be so one email ID which we can send the
Yes, yes,
documents and
yes,
it will
yes,
scan.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yes, yes. How that should be allowed and in which scenario that should be applicable, multiple PDFs, how that should work, and I will demonstrate that and
Okay.
all. Okay, I've
I
implemented
hear
already.
that Oracle is implementing some AI agents in ERP cloud.
Yes,
Do you have
started.
any idea?
Yes, started that. Yes, started that. Same like if you remember HCM side, agents already implemented. Like if you wanted to create an employee expense report by agent, they can be created, right? Here also AI side,
Okay.
AR receivables example. Yesterday only I have attended some demos in my company, like how that should be created and how that and all. Still, that is not full-fledged implemented. Just they are in initial phase. Okay, once we understand about this process and all, just how to add that roles, agent, how AI agent should be created, what are the roles should be assigned. Once you create that, how that should be verified and all. It's not core, that's not at all related to your configuration. That is related to only the transaction process.
Use business users, correct?
Business users, yes. Example, AR invoice
Okay.
creation. Example, AP invoice creation.
Okay.
And configuration that one. Configuration supposed to be done by the person only.
Consultant.
Because
Yeah.
there are lot many changes. That's what I'm saying. Even though if AI comes also 20% work will be reduced. Opportunities will be more. Clients will come to the new. And it's a continuation process. People will retire from the industry. That's a continuation kind of a river, right? Okay, don't worry about that, guys. Okay, so everyone is even that should be applicable. Everyone thinks like AI impact, and yes, that should be there. But if you are on top of that, definitely it's not all gonna be impact. Yeah, yeah. Hamad, any questions? Swami, Rajendra, Kiran.
Yeah, Nivas, one more thing.
Yeah.
Uh, like means later we want to know about tables also, backend tables of Fusion. Like I have
Mm.
faced one interview in that they asked about tables in Fusion and difference between EBS tables and Fusion tables.
Mm, 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 mm,
And
mm,
also they have asked regarding some meetings, CRP meetings and some documents, BR100, MD50, MD70. That also back you can give the real time. You have experience, so you can give
No,
some background.
see, I will tell you. Aniket, yes, you are in a, what I can say, yes, you are thinking in the real-time perspective, yes.
Yeah.
So here, as part of our training, we are going to deliver our regular training, the topics and the configuration and the scope, latest changes and all. But when it coming to the reality, the documents like BR100, MC50s, whatever, or maybe testing documents and all, that is something separate program will be there, 1 week program and all that we'll talk about once you get a good understanding all on this. Okay, that is something different program, 1 week or 10 week, 10 days program. That is separately we are going to deliver. First, try to understand all the concepts here. Once you get a clear understanding on that, then let's look for that. Yeah. Is
Okay.
that clear? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That approach definitely will talk about it. So early to discuss all these things. Whatever which our focus is, what we are discussing here is understand the concepts thoroughly. Once you clear on these things, yes, then later we'll talk about the interview processes. What are the documents we have? 1 week program that I will special classes. I will take care about it, and we'll discuss about and I will guide you how what would be the approach and all about it. Okay, okay. So yeah, any other questions, please? Yes, you guys are raising good questions. Yes, in case if you guys and one other thing, maybe I'm not sure as I said initial of our session, in case someone is not subscribed or maybe not enrolled, please requesting all to go ahead and talk with the admin team and get register yourself so that you guys can go and start doing your preparation. They're going to share your access to you.
They will give access like, shareholder access. You guys can go ahead and start doing the application, start using the application, and recording access, everything will be shared. You guys can top up on that. So yes, it's totally your choice. Again, recommendation is try to do as much as early, and by this time you guys understand like the training approach and the topics coverage, and exactly we are very clear on what exactly we are going to deliver. So maybe hoping that you guys also get a good clarity what exactly we are going to deliver and the approach and the process and all. So if you are good with that, just please go ahead and do that. Any other questions, always welcome to talk about on the training part. I'm always happy to support you, and I'm always happy to help you out. But something, the fees and the things and all, which is not in my control, just talk with Prasad. Prasad is a very good guy. He's always try to, help you better from his side, whatever he can do that. Yeah. Is that okay? Before concluding the session?
Yeah, no.
Fine. Yeah. Okay, guys, and take care. I don't
Yes,
want
no.
to, I don't want to stretch much. It's already 8:27. So yeah, take care and happy weekend. See you on Monday. And talk with Prasad in case any questions, just let me know. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.